Welcome to Rock Camp Stage Presence. My name is Brewja. I've been playing bass here locally for quite a few years. A lot. But we'll get into that another time. We're here to talk about stage presence. Stage presence is all about what you bring to the stage and what it looks like. Show day, if you will. It's not necessarily everything we bring to band practice. At band practice, we bring a certain energy. But when we're here to perform for the audience, that's what we mean about stage presence. To have the whole band performing for an audience. Sometimes it's together, sometimes it's a little off, but we're here to talk about what we can do to really bring some stage presence. So we're going to start with the most first basic thing, the foundation. What is that, you might ask? I'll show you. Let's start with how you look. It's true what they say. When you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you can get a lot done. So, dress it up a little bit. Not only that, but we're on stage, right? We're talking about delivering some entertainment for our audience, who more than likely paid to get in to see you. And if they paid money, they don't want to see somebody look like they're just trotting through the mall. They want to see a rock star. Now, rock stars come in many different aesthetics. This one happens to be mine. Yours can be whatever, as long as it's the extreme of what you think. Be creative, be wild. After all, this is the stage. The lights are on you, the sound is on you. Bring it. One of the things that I like to think about too when I come is that it doesn't matter at this point anymore if I'm good or bad. I can't worry about that now. I need to just worry about getting the job done, whatever my instrument might be. Some of you guys might be singing, some of you guys might be on the drums, whatever it is. It's no longer worrying if you're good enough. It's now just time to perform. So I throw that out the window so I don't let it weigh me down, because I do get a little bit self-conscious. So once I've thrown it out the window, I just come up and I'm ready to own it. I already rock. I'm already great. I'm the best $5 cover band in town, or whatever it is. So once you've established you're the best $5 band in town, it's time to really show them. Part of the thing is being loud and proud. You hear it all the time. Be loud and proud. Well, the stage is definitely the place for that. What I mean by that is you can't just get up on stage and just be like, oh, hey guys, how's it going, blah, blah. You need to really bring that energy. You need to come out. How you all doing tonight? Or this evening, or whatever time your show is at, but you come and you are happy, you are glad to be on that stage, and you are thankful. Not everybody gets to be up here and be a rock star, so now's your chance. Use it. When you're coming up, make your presence known. You and your whole band. And it doesn't matter how many members. You could have 7 members or you could have 2. Everybody's here to command the stage together, in unison, because after all, we are a band. In stage presence, you've got to be able to bring it no matter how nervous you are. So try to really take a deep breath and think about that. I normally play the bass, so I thought, maybe I could try this with an instrument I don't typically play to kind of show you how to power through it, even if you mess up, because you're going to mess up. Sometimes you're not, but sometimes you're going to mess up. So I don't play the guitar. I do sometimes on the weekends with a couple of chicks, but I don't play the guitar. So I'm just going to fake it. Now I come here and I'm not plugged in. I'm not really playing any noise right now, but I'm going to command your energy. First, accept that the audience is there. Don't hide from them. People staring at you, yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, but again, they came to see you because you rock. We already established you're the best $5 band in town, so we don't need to go try to feed no egos no more. We got a big one enough. So we're going to come out. We're going to acknowledge the whole audience is here. Our band is getting set up. If a bandmate is having a problem, don't try to bring too much attention if something's not working. Help them out if you can, but keep the audience entertained like, yeah, we're going to rock. You ever notice sometimes on the show the guitar player's just sitting there playing something and the drummer's trying to figure out where his throat is? Because we all know it's the drummer's fault. Just kidding. but they're distracting you, right? They're getting the audience pumped up. It's about sharing that energy. We came to play with energy. They came to see some energy. So we're going to bring it to them. Now, I don't typically play the guitar, and I'm just going to make something up, but I'm going to sell it to you, right? I can walk through and be like, hey, guys, how's it going tonight? Yeah! Are you guys super stoked to see this awesome $5 band? Yeah, that's actually the name of their band. It's $5 Band, right? Woo! I just sold it to you. I just brought you a bunch of nonsense. There is no $5 band here right now, but you believe me a little bit because I believe me. That's the part of the stage presence, is we're just giving them a good show. And if we bring the energy, they will eat it up. After all, they came out to see, some entertainment. It'll be easier entertainment. People are receptive to that. So if I'm coming, I'd also want to consider, right, I've got my instrument now. Now, sometimes they say, oh, it's easier for the singer. They don't have an instrument to worry about. That's not always true either. Personally, I play bass and I do sing for some bands. I find it a little easier to hide behind my instrument, but still bring some stage presence, right? So what I mean by that is that, well, if I didn't have my bass with me, I would just have me in the audience and that microphone, right? But right now, sometimes if I'm a little too shy to look at the audience, I got the little cheat that I could look down at my guitar and just be like, I'm just super concentrated right now. The riff is so hard. But you know what I can't do? Is go be quiet, get quiet, sit right here. I got nothing to sell to you here. Nobody wants to see this show. No. Besides, I already said I'm the best. So we're going to come out, we're going to let them know I'm the best. We're going to get out there into the audience and we're going to show everybody I am the best. And I'm going to play, and even though right now I have no idea what I'm playing or what I'm hitting because I don't play the guitar, I'm just like, yeah, and I'm going to love it. And it's the best song ever, and I'm not making any sense. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've hit my nail a few times, but I'm having a great time. And look, I'm looking at the audience, and I'm nodding with them, and I'm raising my hands when I can, and I'll look at my band, and I'll nod my head, and I'll smile. And people underestimate smiling, and even the metalheads smile because we're having a good time. We smile, right? We're like, yeah, we're awesome. Woo, whatever it is. I can move my guitar however I want to. Now, when you're starting out, it's a little bit hard, sure, because you want to keep your place and you don't want to mess up. But there's ways we can move without compromising our playing. One of my little cheats is I like to rest the guitar on my thigh, and I'll just kind of wait, so I'll always know where it is. I can feel it, right? Because if I start getting too crazy, and then I can't feel it, and I'm like, I don't know. But right here, I just rest, and I just sway my hips, right? That's the sound of the song, right? I'm not really playing the song, but I'm swaying, right? I'm swaying. You're thinking I'm having a good time, and I'm just swaying, and I'm swaying. I can feel where it is at. So even though I'm swaying, I know I've got an established position. Find an established position that works for you. Something you can just move with. Now you could also practice at home with your instrument, your stage presence. Might feel a little bit silly, but it's not very difficult. Right now, I'm currently unplugged, so I don't have to worry about tripping. But I suggest you do practice with it plugged in. So first, do it unplugged, but practice it with a cord in, because the last thing you want to do is just So we're going to move, right? We're just going to move with it. We're going to sway with it. And now when we're getting better, we can really move with it. We can do the little sideways thing with it. We can look down. Do the whole, whoops, I was losing my pick there. Neck down, right? Ah, yeah. And I'm looking and I'm nodding and I'm smiling. And I'm looking and I'm nodding and I'm smiling, right? Because we are bringing this energy. This is our stage presence. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to give everybody a good show. Now, some of us are a little bit easier at moving around. You get to move in and you're like, yeah, I can totally do this. Some of us are not. Sometimes if I'm having a stage that I'm unfamiliar with where I'm like, there's some weird cutoff, and I'm like, I think I will fall down that hole if I move too much. I get a foot placement, right? I know that I cannot go any farther than right here. And I step on that, and And then I just moved right here. And I'm like, yeah. And I haven't moved my left foot at all. But I am moving. But my left foot is still staying in that one spot. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm still making eye contact. I'm still rocking. I got my foot is still there. But I'm moving. And I'm having a good time. And nobody really knows that I haven't moved from the circumference of this area. But me. Nobody's really looking at me that closely and intently to be like, oh, she never moved her left foot. There's little tricks we can do to make sure that no matter the stage, no matter how close we might be to each other, we can still deliver a very energetic time without breaking our necks possibly. So, just had a cut on camera action. My niece is here helping me and she gave me some tips. She asked me a question. She said, what do you do if one of your members didn't show up? And I've actually had that happen. It's terrible. If the show can go on, it must go on. Always keep that in mind. But you're going to have to bring double the energy so everybody thinks, wow, they actually just play like that. There's nobody missing. There's nobody not there. And you've got to keep smiling and keeping through the whole energy. This also brings the question, what if something goes wrong? Now, personally, I did also have this happen. I've been playing for a long time. One day we were playing the show, and as we were playing, my bass, this was a different cabinet setup, not this one specifically, fell over. And obviously no more sound came out of my bass cabinet or anywhere. So I was sitting there playing, and I was like, oh my goodness, holy cow. My bass cabinet is on the ground. So as my band continued to play, I came quietly, I turned around, I picked up what I could. Luckily, somebody in the audience also noticed and jumped up really quick and helped me push it up. The band continued to play. My guitar player continued to keep headbanging her head and moving her body, and it was amazing. Even though there was for a split second something going on here where one of the members couldn't perform, but they kept going. They kept that stage presence going because the audience was so sold into the whole performance, they barely noticed that this crazy thing happened. Luckily, I got it up, plugged back in, and the second I had my sound, I was back on it like nothing happened. Even though it bothered me, and deep in my heart I was thinking, oh my goodness, that's going to cost me a lot of money to fix, I didn't let it show because that's not what people don't come to worry about stuff. They came to have a good time. So I'm still going to play. And I'm still going to have a good time and smile and be like, yeah, I'm excited. Even though I might have a $500 bill now, but I'm still really happy. No, just kidding. But I'm still really happy to be here. Because again, we're here to deliver the stage presence. Now, broken strings on guitar, bass, something like that. If something happens, if you can keep playing, play on your one note. Keep going until you can get that resolve. Try to finish your song. Try not to make a face. That's another sell. If you are playing and you make a mistake, nobody's going to know you made the mistake. Unless you're like world famous and you're like Queen playing Bohemian Rhapsody and everybody knows every note and sings it. Nobody's going to know. The only time people know, and when I'm watching a band and they're playing, is when somebody goes like this. Or something like that. Then you know that person messed up and you're just like, oh geez, they messed up. But if that person hadn't have done that, you wouldn't know. So if somebody makes a mistake or you make a mistake, it's like, yeah, no, he did not make a mistake. That's just creativity. It's called surprise. But you can't make the face, right? And you can't try to yell at each other. Try not to lose patience with each other on the stage. Don't yell at each other. If the drummer makes a mistake, they probably will. You can't just be like, oh my God, look what you did. You've ruined the whole song. You must keep going. You must be like, yeah, they meant to do that. Woo, that's a new part of the song. You can't give it away with your face. This energy, be positive with it. If your band is driving you nuts, you're going to deal with that another time. But the stage is not the place for it. The stage is here to bring an audience, especially if you're looking to play out and make money playing music. You've got to give them some reason worth paying you. I don't want to give money to somebody who's going to bore me and have drama on stage and fight with their bandmates. I want to see somebody who's going to show me a good time. In turn, I'm going to have a good time. And then we just feed off each other. So, to go over a couple things we went over, stage presence includes your outfit. Look good, feel good, do good, right? Finding little ways that you can position your instrument to move around, right? Smile, always make eye contact. Nod, bang your head, go with the rhythm. Sway, squat a little bit. Do we have an unfamiliar territory? Set a foot, set a planter of some kind. It could be whatever. Sometimes it could just be, I know that if I'm in a very small, confined space and this is all the room I got to stay close to this right here. And I'm going to stay close to it, and I'm still going to move, and I'm going to work around it, and I'm having a good time, and I'm moving, but I know I can't go out of this area. I have to stay within this area. So whatever little tricks and stuff you can do them so that you can stay concentrated on giving a good show and a good performance and movement and being loud and engaging with the audience. Sometimes, there's a little break, something happens. Talk to the audience, clap with them, be like, yeah, if you ever can, if the lead singer becomes unable to or can't say something, you feel free to be like, yes, we have merch in the back. Thank you to ABC Booking Company for having us here. We're excited to see the other band that's playing. Preferably know their name. Don't just say the other band. The Lost Tigers are coming up next, whatever, so that you show, hey, we're engaging, we're awesome. And everybody wants to be around the fun guys. Be the fun guy. So, another question brought by the Loonies. What do you do if you forget a part of the song? You forgot a part that you have to do. Smile. Play through it. Fake it. The only ones who are really going to know are your bandmates. They are going to know. But otherwise, nobody else is going to know. So just fake it. Now, if you messed up and you look at your drummer with that little freaked out smile of, oops, I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully your drummer picks up like, okay, well, I know the next part is this, so we're all going to go to that. But make a little eye contact with your band. Let them know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. They'll know. They play with you several hours a week. They're going to know the face. You've probably given it to them a few times in band practice. What I meant to say was, I messed up! But we're not going to let the audience know that. We're going to just look over at our audience and keep smiling and nodding and just moving and having a good time. So don't worry. Your band will know you can get right back on track to the song. Follow through to the next. And if it trips you up so bad that you don't know, play the one note, do the one thing, and just nod to your band like, yeah, I'm riding this out. Let the show continue. The audience is like, wow, that's a weird riff. But I love it. Woo! You know what I mean? They don't know any better. Don't worry about it. Let them do their thing. So I'm going to pause for 1 second to set this down. All right, we're going to wrap this up. So we went over the important parts of bringing stage presence, but I want to cap it with, at the end of the day, just be you and have a good time. Even at our worst days, we're lucky to play music, and we're blessed to be able to get in bands and be able to get on stage and do what we love. Music is food for the soul, and it soothes a lot of people, and it's our best part of our day sometimes. So bring that positivity to the stage, bring that energy, and just look at your band and be grateful to be there. It's important that the energy we're feeding out is good energy. We don't want to send any sadness or anger out into our audience. They're there to rock, and we want to have a good time. So remember that positivity. Stay with it. It doesn't matter at this point if you make mistakes, if you know the songs. It's already show day. Here, it is now just about a good time. We're on the stage, we're going to be loud, we're going to be proud, we're going to look fly, we're all going to have a good time. So just keep that in mind. Everything else is secondary. Even if all you do is sit like this and nod the whole time with a smile on your face, hey, that's still a good job, right? You'll progress, you'll practice, you continue working on it at home and continue at band practice. Just keep doing it. Have a wonderful time. Practice in what you're going to wear the day. Do you want to have fancy heels? Wear them to practice. You want to have a cool belt or bracelet? Wear it at practice. that's the place to do it at. The more you practice, the better it'll get. That's all there is to it. So I want to say thank you so much for watching this video and being a part of the RockCap family. It's really important. We're lucky to have that here in Utah. I look forward to the day that we'll be able to actually get together in person and do this in person, where I can hopefully answer more questions. I tried to do the best I could with what my imagination allowed me to do. People might be asking for stage presence, but hopefully we'll have a Q&A. We'll get to that. And just at the end of the day, all I can tell you is just keep working on it. Don't give up. That's how we all get there. Thanks.